is chapter 19 of the Energy Bus. Page 77. The ultimate rule of positive energy. As they approached George's office, Joy gave him one last piece of important advice. There's one last thing I gotta tell you about all this, George. You really need to know. It's so important it's not even part of the 10 rules. It's in a class all by itself. It's like the ultimate rule of positive energy. And it's so important, I want you to write it down. George pulled out a piece of paper and a pen and waited for Joy to continue. Here it is, George. Your positive energy and vision must be greater than anyone's and everyone's negativity. Your certainty must be greater than everyone's doubt. After all, George, there will always be people who don't share your vision. There will always be the doubters who doubt and tell you can't do this and you won't be able to accomplish that. They think that dreams were meant for others, but not for people like you and them. And there will even be people who don't want you to succeed because it makes them see their own weaknesses and failures. Rather than driving their own bus, they are trying to ruin everyone else's bus ride. So that's how important your positive energy is, George. You can always kick people off your bus, and you'll need to do that from time to time. But just remember that there will always be more negative people who get on. And sometimes you will have an energy vampire on your bus like a boss or someone who you can't kick off. You gotta deal with them. That's why you got to feed the positive dog and why you gotta cultivate it every day and why we gave you the energy book. One day is not enough, George. It's gotta be a habit. Positive energy is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The stronger it gets, the more powerful you become. Repetition is the key, and the more you focus on positive energy, the more it becomes your natural state. So when someone comes at you with negativity, you will be able to respond with strength and positive energy. Just as you become a more skilled golfer by playing more often, you also develop the skill of positive energy by practicing. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. So grow it and build it so you have the power to overcome the negativity. That's how it works, George. That's the key. George couldn't argue with her. His positive energy wasn't that powerful. That's why he had been so shaken by the people who hadn't gotten on his bus. He didn't have that strength and certainty, and his vision wasn't focused. He had allowed himself to be manipulated and affected by the naysayers because he was weak. He knew today would be the day that they would have to get the bus moving because it was up to him, and he had to be strong. He vowed to himself that today would be different. But before he could step off the bus, Joy grabbed his arm. Oh, and one more thing before you leave, George. Take this rock. What is it? George asked as he held out his hand. Well, I know it doesn't look like much, all black and dirty, pretty ugly actually, but it's a special rock that was given to me by my teacher. When he gave it to me, he said, "Find the value in this rock and you will find a priceless treasure inside yourself and in all the people you encounter." What do I do with it? George asked. Put it in your pocket for now, she said, and then look at it often and let it remind you of what I just told you. Find the value in yourself. Find it in the rock. Find it in your team. That was chapter 19 of the Energy Bus.